Hi, my name is Rachel, and this is my nonprofit pitch about child labor. When you think of children, what do you think of? Maybe playing, going to school, kids just having fun. Well, this is not the case in countries like Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Ethiopia. Children in these countries are forced into work at a very young age. They are slaves to farmers and factory owners. They make very little money, if any at all, and are just treated very poorly and work in terrible conditions. The highest proportion of child laborers is in sub-Saharan Africa, where 26% of children, or 49 million, are involved in work. There are 215 million child laborers aged between 5 and 17 years old. 115 million children work in the worst forms of labor. Many people believe that slavery no longer exists, but in fact it does. Children are being used by others to profit off them through work, prostitution, forced begging, theft. They are taken away from their homes and families for debt payment. They are forced at very young ages to work in agriculture, factories, construction, humiliation, and sexual violence by their employers. Boys are forced to take part in armed conflict while the girls are taken as wives for soldiers and other military members. Children involved in conflict are severely affected by their experiences and can suffer from long-term trauma such as post-traumatic stress disorder. Of the children in child labor, 115 million are engaged in hazardous work, others known as the worst forms of child labor. This is work that threatens children's health and development through exposure to dangerous machinery or toxic substances, often leading to death. Labor conditions in the Democratic Republic of Congo came into focus during the Beijing Olympics, when it was reported that some of the iron ore used to construct China's stadiums were mined by hands of children in the Central African nation. In Afghanistan, where children make up half the population, more than 30% of primary school-aged children go to work in cement, textile, food processing industries, or in the poppy fields. A growing number of underage girls are also being given away to repay debts. The number of countries where underage work practices pose extreme risks to children has jumped 10% in the year 2012. Major suppliers like the Philippines, India, China, Vietnam, Brazil are some of the worst child labor offenders. Ethiopia, nearly 60% of Ethiopian children are put to work to supplement family income, earning about $1 a month. Children continue to be abducted, rented, bought, and sold in Pakistan, where Nike was famously accused of exploiting underage work laws for the production of soccer balls. But the Anti-Slavery International is an organization that cares about these kids. Their work has produced real change. Throughout the last century, the organization was involved in many successful campaigns, such as those to stop the abuse of rubber workers in the Congo and the use of child slaves in Hong Kong. The Anti-Slavery Society was formed by Thomas Clarkson on April 17, 1839. Even in the 21st century, they continue to be closely involved in achieving progress in the fight against slavery. Nepal in 2002, Niger in 2003, and Brazil in 2003 are some of the countries they have helped introduce laws so that slavery practices are prohibited and properly punished. These reforms had led to the release of more than 100,000 children in slavery. The Anti-Slavery International relies on the support of people like you. There are many ways to help, from donating online to running a marathon or setting up a local campaigning group. What are you going to do to help these children become more like kids again? Like their motto states, today's fight for tomorrow's freedom. Thank you.